Listen, sister, listen to that voice within. Listen, sister, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding that runs beneath your belly and heart. Surrender to the river of unfolding, for now's the time to start. Listen, brother, listen to that voice within. Listen, brother, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding that runs beneath your belly and heart. Surrender to the river of unfolding, for now's the time to start. Listen, people, listen to that voice within. Listen, people, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding. It touches everyone you see. Surrender to the river of unfolding. It starts with you and me. It starts in you and me.
Hi and welcome to Frejas Fiber. My name is Sigrid and I am the mother of Freya, and this is our podcast.
Hey, du ryttet med mig!
Here, come on. This is Freya. Normally I record when she's sleeping or when she's at her father's. But today she's in such a great mood that I'm gonna try to record now. Ballong. Yeah, Freya's in a really good mood. She's wearing her swimming trunks as her hat. You don't want it? She doesn't want them right now. Anyway, I'll try to record a little episode. We will see how this lady here takes it. Can you say hey? Hey. I have been really sick since last time. I have pneumonia. It took a really long time. It took a really long time to figure out that's what I had. Det är bra. Yeah. So, new episode. I'm gonna show you what I've finished. Vill du ha den? Vad vill du ha? Det vatten? Vad vill du ha? Anyway, thank you if you're a returning viewer. Very welcome if you're a new viewer. We are living in the south of Sweden in a place called Österlen, which is my favorite place on earth. It's really beautiful. And I've dreamed about living here for a long time. We live in a little cottage that I'm slowly renovating, old-fashioned style, and we like sustainable living and knitting, of course, and yarn. I knit mostly for myself and Freya, and for my mom and sometimes other loved ones. Since last time we got a cat. Yeah, visst har vi skaffat katt? And her name is Svea. And she is sleeping right now. So I'm gonna maybe, if mommy remembers, I'm gonna insert some pictures. Yeah, she's a 4-year-old Norwegian Norwegian forest cat. So yeah, that's our life. And I work as a Waldorf teacher, or a Steiner teacher, as you may know it. It's a special way of educating kids with more handicrafts, and yeah, also we have a more sustainable profile. And yeah. Oi, oi. This is gonna be a little different episode since Freya is with me. I'm a single mom. Freya's dad lives close by, so she's with him every other weekend. And otherwise it's Rosa. It's just us. Can you come back? So I'm gonna start with finished objects. It's a new day. I tried recording with Freya, even though she was really happy. It did not work out. I have this feeling that she will be not present throughout the whole episode in a while, and then I think she's gonna be old enough to understand what's happening. I'm not sure, but at least we had some minutes in the beginning with the namesake of the podcast. So I thought I should just continue and talk about the finished objects. And since I did this, since I do this recording a few days later, I have a new finished object. So I thought I might start with them. I made Freya some tiny socks. They are in my favorite sock yarn, which is called Järbo Raggi. Raggi from Järbo, which is a Swedish yarn company. And what I really like about this yarn, I don't know if you can see it with such bright sun, is the little black dots. It reminds me about Arctic foxes in a way. So they were a quick knit. I mostly did them at work. But the really interesting thing about these are, I don't remember where I saw it. I've already posted it on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram you've already seen it. But I wrote her name in this little liquid bottle thingy that is called Sock Stop. So it is made for her so she won't slip on the floors when she's running around, because she is running around a lot. So I just wrote her name in this Sock Stop thing that I bought at a handicraft store. And yeah, so I named her socks so the staff at her kindergarten will know it's hers and she won't be able to slip. I think that's just a great combination, and I will probably do that on all of her knitted socks. So that was a good thing, and I think it also makes them a bit more durable because it's under the foot. So yes, I'm really happy with them. I think I finished them and she haven't tried both of them on. But something I did, because I can't try everything on that I knit for her. It's kind of tricky, and I knit mostly when she's asleep. But this time I put an elastic before I started to do the toe. I put an elastic in the stitches, and I tried it on her foot to see how much more I should make or how much less if I had to like unravel some rows. And that was really good, because that, and in the meantime I started the other sock so I could come to the kind of the same place and know also on the other sock how much I should knit. So I think that was pretty clever. And then I could just take the elastic out and knit the rest. So I think they fit, but I haven't tried both of them on her yet. So tiny little socks are finished for her. I also did a quick little project for myself. I'm not a hat person, mostly because of this. I almost always wear a messy bun. My students have been known to call it my hairball, but I just think it's really simple, and I enjoy messy hair, so I yeah, it's hard to wear a hat on top of that. It looks kind of weird. I am going to try to knit a hat this winter, but yeah, so I made a head wrap, or yeah, whatever you want to call it. I was thinking about making a turban of some sort, if that's what it's called also in English, but I found this chunky headband twist that I think almost looks like a turban, but it helps me to keep my ears warm but leave my messy hairband alone. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see since it's black. But yeah, I think it gives a sort of retro vibe. I don't know if you can see the twist up here. But it's really nice, and I've worn it a couple of times, and it keeps me warm. I drive Freya to kindergarten in the mornings, and I put this on and a scarf, and I'm good to go. I don't need to wear a jacket just yet, since I'm mostly in the car. And yeah, I've actually worn it inside too. If I feel it's a bit chilly, it really helps. So I think that looks kind of classic, don't you think? And I like the shape of it. And it's really warm. I knit it in one thread of Babyull lanett from Sandnes. It's a merino yarn. And one thread of silk mohair from Sandnes Garn also. So it's really soft, it's squishy, it's warm. It's really good. I'm really happy with this. I think it's gonna be one of the pieces that I will use the most this winter, actually. The only problem is that it's so small. I always lose my things all the time. Mostly because of stress. So I guess I should stress less. Something else I finished is the Bamsesweater or teddy bear sweater by PetiteKnit. It is the softest little teddy bear sweater. I used some silk and alpaca for the ribbing in the bottom. Hey, Svea, come. Come, Svea. Yeah, come. Up, up. Come. Come, Svea. Yeah, come. Oh, up. Come. Come. Come here. So, this is Svea. Come on, good honey. Come on. It was a short visit. Vill du komma? Kan man säga? Kom. Upp. Upp. Yeah, come. Hey. So this is Svea. It's our new cat. Hi, honey. We're taking a break. Do you want to say hello to our viewers? Yeah. Make an introduction? No, you just want to cuddle. Yeah. Svea is the sweetest cat. She's a 4-year-old Norwegian forest cat. So she's really fluffy and has long hair, long fur. And she's from Iceland actually. But she lived at a Swedish family an hour from here, and she was bullied by the other cats. And yeah, she also was really scared of the dogs, so she was not a happy cat in the other home. So I really understand why they were looking for another home for her. And just the first night when she came here, she was so happy. Her tail was up high and she's so cuddly. She's a bit shy, so she runs away if Freya gets too close, and I think that's really good, because that won't make a... She wouldn't scratch Freya for anything in the world. She would just run away, and I think that's good. But if Freya is really calm, she just comes up and cuddles her. So that's really nice, and it's really nice to have some company in the evening when I knit. That's mostly when when Svea comes along. Svea is an old Nordic name for Sweden, actually. And my mom's cat was called that when she was young. And when I saw Sofia. I just thought that would be a great name. Her name before she got here was Camilla. It's a nice name, but it doesn't suit her, and I don't think it works on a cat. Anyway, before Sofia came and said hi, I was talking about the Bamsesweater. So in the ribbing I used alpaca silk from Sandnes in a cool dusty pink, and I also shortened the sleeves and made longer ribbing. This is because I wanted to be able to fold it up so she doesn't get messy when she eats, and I also want to be able to just pick up here and knit longer if and when more like when she grows, so I could use this for a longer period of time. And I also of course have the same yarn and color down here. And for the body I used a really soft white skein of something, I don't know, it didn't have any label, it was just in my yarn cabinet, and yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been some alpaca in it. I don't know, but it was a warm white. And then I had some Angel by Permin that I won at an online secondhand auction, so that was nice. So all these yarns I just had at home, and then I embroidered the little face with some black scrap yarn that I had at home. And she has worn it for like 4 days straight, mostly because I don't take it off and it's so warm, and she has also been sleeping in it, and yeah. And when she sees it, she calls it, oh, the teddy bear. The nalle. Nalle is teddy bear in Swedish. So she calls it the teddy bear. So that's nice. Yeah. One day when she came home, she was wearing it on the wrong side. Like this. But it kind of made me realize, wait, it looks kind of good in both ways. And I guess my embroidery looks totally fine even on the wrong side. So the staff had noticed they put it on the wrong side. That's nice that it works in 2 ways, I guess. So yeah, that was another finished object for Freya. I don't know if I showed this in the last episode. Correct me if I did. I don't have time to go through my old podcast before I record. It's hard enough to find time as a single mom to record, but I think it's really fun, so I do it. I made this balaclava for Freya, and I used the new yarn, Alpe, also by Järbo, the Swedish yarn company. And it's 100% wool. It is not superwash, there's nothing more in it. And when I was knitting with it, I thought it was a bit rustic, but when I blocked it, it became really nice. And like I usually do, when I turn it inside out when I'm blocking, and I rough it up with a nail brush. And yeah, now it's really nice and soft. This is one of those yarns that really needs to be blocked. It is so much softer when it is blocked. And I really like the thickness of it. It has a nice twist and stitch definition. In the neck part of it, I held it double with a mohair yarn, so it's super soft here, which is closer, and there's not hair, it's closer to her skin. And I made some bunny ears, and instead of knitting inner ear, I just put some fabric that I really like inside them, and she looks so adorable in this. I've talked about it in previous episodes, but I really enjoy putting animal ears on her things. And at Frejas kindergarten, they want them to have balaclavas because it's easier to put on and they don't have to put on a hat that the kids can pull off, and a scarf, but a balaclava is just everything. So I made a balaclava with ears. I thought I would get some comments by the staff that like, you can't have ears, the other kids would pull them. But they haven't said anything yet. But if they did, I would totally trust their opinion and do what they say. I'm a teacher and it's really hard sometimes with parents, so I decided that I'm gonna be the very best parent to the teachers at least, or the staff at her kindergarten. So I always thank them every morning. I thank them when I leave her, and when I get her I thank them, and I tell her to thank them, and yeah, I hang by every word they say and I do what I'm told and I trust them. Yeah, so this is really cute. I also crocheted a little border here, so it almost looks a bit lacy next to the face, but it's really warm, and this is what she wears almost every day to kindergarten. And she wears also the mittens that I knit her, purple ones. I think I might have showed them in the last episode. Otherwise, check out my Instagram. But the big number of this episode is a together shawl. It is finished. It is big. It is squishy. It is lovely. I used the pattern by my dear friend Sofia Kammeborn for her together shawl. And I used the yarn, as I've talked about in previous episodes, from Sandnes Garn, the Danish genius yarn dyer. And it is finally finished. I am so happy with this. It is so soft, and it is like a cloud. Like when people touch it, they go like, whoa. It looks soft, but it is even softer to the touch. And it's the first triangular shawl I have had in a while, but I really liked it. The pattern calls for a thinner yarn and not mohair, but I just think the pattern really works with a mohair yarn too. And what else did I do? I did not do an I-cord bind off. I did some couple of rows of garter stitch instead. But this is really warm and it's really soft. I love the colors. And you can wear it in multiple ways, of course. I did it long enough so I could tie it around like this. And yeah, it also works pretty nice with my sorbet cardigan that I'm wearing. And sometimes when I don't use hat in wintertime, I use my scarves, but that looks silly now with a little bun. But it's totally wearable. So yeah, you can wear it in so many ways. And I'm really happy with it. I also bought a white mohair coat secondhand, so it looks really nice together. But yeah, I love big squishy shawls. That is my kind of shawl. Except that you get some hair in your mouth. But that's a punishment I'm ready to take to be able to wear mohair. I am in love with this scarf. It is really nice. And it keeps me warm. And I said it before, but I just love the patterns of Sofia Kammeborn. They are really clear and thorough, and they're beautiful to look at. And I knit from the English patterns. She makes both in Swedish and in English, but I always knit in English. And yeah, they're just so clear and you don't have to wonder anything. So I really enjoyed knitting this from her pattern. And Sandnes Garn, I've talked about it before. follow her on Instagram. She is a genius. Like seriously, I just look at her yarn and things that people knit from her yarn, and she's like just her own division of amazing yarn. I'm gonna put her name and Sofia Kammeborn's name in the show description below. So yeah, those are the finished objects, I think. I'm gonna show you some yarn that I got, and then I'm gonna show you some small videos, actually. So I was talking about the socks that I did for Freja. They are, like I said, by the yarn called Raggi from Järbo. And this is one of my favorite sock yarns. As you can see, there are some black speckles in it, or dark gray actually. And this I bought secondhand. There is a website in Sweden that's an auction site with secondhand stuff. I think it's like our version of eBay maybe. And there was just somebody there that had 5 balls of this already made up into balls, and it was really cheap, so it was much cheaper than just buying the yarn. So I made socks for Freja, and I'm planning on making socks for myself in this. I actually made the first sock for myself in this yarn, but I lost them, and I think I also put them in the washing machine, so they were destroyed. But I'm gonna make new ones, and the same ones as Freja had, so we will be a bit twinsies. I think it's adorable when moms and kids have matching outfits. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, that's one yarn that I've got since last time. I went to a market festival. It's the Swedish word. I call it the Swedish version of Rhinebeck. Yes, I would love to go to Rhinebeck. Yes, I would love to go to Shetland Wool Week. My biggest dream is to go to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, but I do not have the money and I do not have the time. And I'm a single mom, so I would need to bring Freya, and I would need to bring some sort of assistant or something like that. But maybe one day I can go there. But in the meantime, I go to Sy- and Hantverksfestivalen. So it's like sew and handicraft festival in Sweden. I think it's in 4 places in Sweden: Umeå, Göteborg, Stockholm and Malmö. And I went to the one in Malmö because I live like 50 minutes away, and it was tiny and almost not any yarn. It was a big disappointment because I used to go to the one in Stockholm that's really huge. So I went there at this time, and I met with my sponsor, Maria from Garnaffären, and I shot some lovely footage of their yarn. She is also really good at color combinations and putting up a perfect stand in the marketplace. So that was nice. I'm going to show you footage from that. But I also got this little fella. Flora Yarns is an up-and-coming new designer in Sweden. She has been in numerous of Swedish podcasts, and it was just really nice to get a hand on her work. And I actually think that this colorway is named by my friend Sarah, that has the Swedish Stickerian podcast. I'm gonna ask her after recording this. So it's called Smara. And I think I saw an Instagram post that that's something from her parents' summer place. I don't know. Anyway, look at this beauty. It is a kind of warm but also dusty and also cold. I don't know. Pink. It looks a bit more pink and more warm on the screen. Maybe it looks better like this against the black. It's really soft. It's 72% kin mohair and 28% silk. It's called Flora's Air. And it's beautiful. It's soft. I love it. I think I'm gonna knit myself a baggy hue. I think it's a Danish pattern. Hue It's a Danish word for hat, I think. Just a really simple hat that I can maybe wear if I take my messy bun out. But it was really nice getting one of these, and I like have it on top of my yarn cabinet so I can look at it. So that was another yarn that I got. I also got some merino. It doesn't have the label because I'm gonna show you what I'm making with it. And some soft mohair from Garnaffären. And that's what I used to make the headband. But I got some left over, so I'm also gonna use this to make my current project, and I'm gonna show you really soon. And then almost the crown jewels, I got these fluffy, lovely yarns I got from my sponsor. I did not get them at the craft festival. They are in a band because I made some silly pictures to put on Instagram. But this will become a long sweater for myself, and I'm gonna cast it on really soon. I love this. I love big yarn balls, and I cannot lie. I love soft, fluffy yarn. This is gonna be so nice to wear. So yeah. Really, the price you have to pay for soft yarns is to like always pull some hairs from it. So my only work in progress right now, my only VIP is this. I am making half mittens in a baby fan pattern. So I'm knitting lace in black yarn. That's really stupid. But I have my reasons. I really like the look of it. I think it looks a bit almost vintage. And when I pick Freya up and when I pick her up, I get dirty. I could never wear a couple of nice white mittens. But these are actually superwash. Oh my god. I've said I'm not going to use superwash yarn, but really a mother of a really young child needs to be able to wash her mittens. So this is a merino superwash yarn, so I can just wash them. And yeah, I need to be able to use my fingers when I put her in the car and fasten her seatbelts. And yeah, so this is a really nice pattern. I love this fan. It's also called feather and fan. You repeat the pattern in every 4 rows, and then you have 3 resting stockinette rows, and then you do the lace row. And yeah, I really like it. I think I'm might finish this one today. And yeah, but it's a bit crazy knitting lace in black, especially since I knit in the evenings. But I think it will be fine. I'm not sure if they will be able to keep me warm even during the coldest days of winter, but it's better than having nothing. And I mostly drive my car when I go places, so yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna use my thicker mittens if me and Freya go out in nature. And it really didn't sound good that I go everywhere with my car, but it is a hybrid. It's a part gas, part electric car, so it's more environmentally friendly than it could be. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on. After this, I'm probably gonna work more on them, and I hope to get finished this week. Talking about mittens, I walked by a stand on the festival that had amazing mittens, and the lady that do the patterns, Lotta, her mom was there, so I ended up standing there talking to her mom because I asked, can can I take some footage here for my podcast, because I really want to show my viewers. And she said, yeah, and we were talking about knitting, and yeah. So I ended up buying a pattern for these super cool Harry Potter mittens. If you're not a returning viewer, I love Harry Potter. And this is her pattern. It is so cool. I'm gonna see if you can see it very close. It says Hogwarts. So yeah, I'm not sure when I will have the time to do these. They're on pretty thin needles. And they're just amazing. She does amazing patterns. So I am going to include a little segment with footage from the festival. And you can see more of her amazing work there. I'm going to put it also a link in the show notes. She has a really nice Instagram too. So yeah, I think that was it for today. So yeah, I'm gonna include a little segment from the festival, and I'm not sure if I already have done it in this podcast or if I will put it in now. You never know when you're recording how you will edit things. But I also did a little short segment of where we live, our bottom floor of our house, to show you what it looks like. We're beginning to come to place. I bought this house in early summer this year, and things are beginning to settle down. So yeah. I thought I might show you a little house tour. This is a really messy garden, but it will become nicer. This is the front door, and this is where we store our clothes. And you come almost straight into the kitchen. And my favorite part about this house is the wooden beams. I painted them with linseed oil paint. And yeah, this is the bathroom. I put an old tap there, or old looking, it's new, to go with the retro vibe I think the house has. I really love the old doors and door handles. And I also like the old stairs. And I have, of course, a gate so I can't climb. And that's her changing table, a bit Harry Potter feeling under the stairs. This is a cupboard that came with the house. It's kind of messy. And I put some William Morris paper on there. And yeah, the house is made, the kitchen is made locally. And this I brought from the old house. Wow! You really made a mess here. It was clean 1 minute ago. Hey? She's peeling an onion. So this is the important place. This is where I keep the yarns. And in that one, where she just put a lot of stuff. And this is where I keep all of her toys. She can be really occupied just standing there digging her toys. Look. And I'm going to put that one out and put up a cat climbing and scratching tree. So this is where I knit. And in the mornings when she wakes up early, we go up. And I lay down here and put on some baby-friendly TV show. And she lies on my arm and I slumber a bit. So yeah, this is the downstairs of our house. I'm not going to show you what's behind that door because it's the shining room. It's where the heater is and the washing machine, but I'm trying to make it a nicer place. even in there. And that box over there is the cat tree I'm going to fix today. And I'll show you upstairs another time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We've had a lot of new subscribers. I think I've figured out that it is because YouTube is starting to recommend me while you're watching some other podcast that is similar to mine. So that's really nice. And yeah, don't forget to follow us on Instagram if you have that. That's where I'm most active. And there's a lot of stories with Freya in it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Love catching up with you guys. Yeah, have a nice day. See you soon. Take care and happy knitting.